Hey guys, SpellShot62 here, and we're finally back with more of a stream, and we're going to continue with the Lord of the Rings, the Third Age. Today, um, so remember last time we finished the first region of Eregion, and this time we're going to start beginning, we're going to begin Western Moria, uh, so we're just going to go ahead and get right on into it. Um, Obviously, like usual, all the usual stuff, like, comment, subscribe over on YouTube. Um, oh, epic scene. But yeah, go ahead and do all that good stuff on YouTube. Follow me over here on Twitch so you can be notified when I go live again. Um, and then hop on over to Discord so that we can talk with the rest of the community. Goblins are so creepy and well designed in the movies. Lord of the Rings movies specifically. I don't hate them in The Hobbit like most people do. It's just a big unfortunate drop in quality from The Lord of the Rings. Yes, let's get going. But yeah, sorry it's been a little bit since I streamed. It's been like a week. Um, just because I had some tests that I really had to focus on. They were pretty rough. But yeah, we're here now. We're back. Um, so we'll be all good to go. And hopefully be on a more consistent schedule. Oh yeah, the weird part about Western Moria is you remember how we ended the last region by fighting the Watcher? Well, now we're starting the next region by fighting the Watcher. So let's go ahead and just get started by like usual. We're gonna go back into Elagos, don't worry. Um, we're gonna switch Barethor back out once we get some leadership skills going. I just think it'll be good to set up everything with everyone first, and make sure everyone gets all the XP that they need. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get some shields set up. Yeah, I will seriously try to be more consistent now, moving forward with streaming. It's just been a bit rough with the tests that I've had to do. Nice. We'll get a company might go in, and then we can get Barethor switched out and start doing the real damage. Although I do hope we get some use out of Fellowship Grace soon. Seems like that hasn't happened yet. We'll go ahead and taunt first. We'll just see how it goes. Yeah, seriously, I have Fellowship Grace up. We'll go ahead and use one of these to get my action points back. It's better than skipping a turn, which is the alternative. Alright, so Barethor, swap out for Elagast. What do we want to do? Can we even blind this thing? Does blinding even do anything? Well, we'll lower its spirit defense first, and then we'll try blinding it. Because our main attacks are going to be with our spirit attacks with Idriel and Hathod. But first, let's get the stone skin set up on Elagast. We should be getting a bow at some point. I know he gets a longbow. Or is that I forget. That's not his longbow, I don't think. Alright, so we'll go ahead and blind it now. And I might switch Idriel out for Barethor real quick. Just to get Fellowship Grace set up for Elagast. Because he, as usual, is going through his action points at an insane rate. He doesn't really need any of the other buffs, so I'm not going to worry about those, but yeah. Barathor does he have action points to do it? I don't think he does, but he can give himself an item real quick if he has to. Yeah. Yeah, I won't really need Company Might or Company Valor on Elagos. I don't need to commit that hard to it, but if anyone needs action points, it's probably him. I don't even remember what I was going for. I don't know if I should go. I guess we'll just do Creature Bane. I'm not sure if Aim Shot would work more towards what I want to be getting with Elagos. I know Errors of Sleep is down that way, and I think that's what I'm working towards there. But I'm not sure if that's really better than what I'm working on up here. Unfortunately, I cannot just check that anytime. And yeah, we'll switch back out for Idriel. Start just doing damage. And she should have all of her buffs if I remember this game correctly, even though she switched out. Yes, she does. Alright, perfect. Hadot's doing great damage with Flaming Fury now. I'm glad this thing is using Reeking Spout, even though it's not even like that bad at this point. Oh. Gift of Galadriel, very nice. A quick Creature Bane or a Flaming Fury should do it, one of the two. Might go ahead and let Elagos and Hadhod get another. Nah, let's use Flaming Fury. There's no reason to drag this fight out. I can grind skill points on other fights if I have to. Like I said, I can always go back to Eregion and grind him out that way. Nice. Idriel doesn't level up, but she's probably the last one that needs it because she gets so many action points. The Watcher's Lair. Ancient creatures such as the Watchers still lurk here. Yes, Moria of the Home is one of the most ancient beings in Middle-earth. And all of them are very dangerous. But yeah, it is very strange that the last fight of Eregion and the first fight of West Moria are the exact same. So you just fight the Watcher, and then you fight the Watcher again. It's a little bit weird, and repetitive. But at least the Watcher is gone for good now. I don't know if we killed it, but I assume we didn't kill it because even the Fellowship couldn't. But yeah. Either way, we will not have to fight it again. So yeah, that won't be too bad for the future. Alright, let's get our stats up. So just going to try to keep everyone pretty balanced. No need to separate everyone by large amounts. Definitely going to equip that. Armor stone, don't necessarily need that. That's better. Oh, okay. Better overall for Elagast, but it makes him a bit weaker, or makes him a bit less tanky. If his spirit goes down, and he can do less actions. It gives him a lot more resistances too. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna go for this. Slash Pierce Blunt resistance is really good. So let's go ahead and take a look at our skills now. Oh, whoops. Crap. I keep mixing up the buttons. So it's Draining Shot that I'm working on for Bowcraft and Arrows of Sleep for Rangercraft. I think Draining Shot's a great move for Elagos. Like I said before, he's always super low on health. So I don't remember if I ever talked about this, but Aura of the Valor is one of the very overpowered things that I'm going to be ignoring for this playthrough. If I have to get it to move down the skill tree, I will, but I will not be using it, except for maybe one specific point of the game, which we'll talk about when we get there, because that's a really annoying part. But yeah, no. Aura of the Valor is just super overpowered. It revives the character that it's on, and it revives them at full health with their full action points, and it lets them go immediately. It's just insanely broken, and means that you never lose as long as Idril gets a chance to move, and as long as the opponent doesn't have one of the like 2 people who can dispel in the entire game. It's just not interesting to work around or anything like that. Crippling Smash, I think it's better than Hue Armor. Mountain Shield sounds about right. Don't really want momentum, but we've got it, so what are we going to do? Okay, we're in a good spot now. And we'll finally finish crossing this river, lake, whichever. I think it's a lake. The fact that the characters trudge through water slower is kind of inconvenient. It's not like it really puts us in any more danger. I guess it's just there for flavor, but I don't know, the slightly lower movement speed just feels very unnecessary. Ooh, health enhancement. Health, action, armor. Okay, none of those will help. We'll throw these on Idril, I guess. Barathor fills that tank roll a bit better, but yeah. It doesn't really matter. Knew there was going to be a fight. Alright, let's go ahead and blind that first warg. Make him more likely to miss. Hell of a lot of good that did me. So let's weaken the second one. And then we'll do a cleaving wound so that he gets damaged over time. I don't know why I'm just like basically narrating what's happening. It's kind of annoying even to me. But whatever. Let's go ahead and keep using leadership skills for Barathor. We'll go ahead and do a wounding strike on the warg as well. Get that damage really ticking up. And then we'll do a cleaving wound on the other warg to get that happening as well. Again, I'm just narrating what's happening. Man, they're really targeting Hadhog. What the fuck? Okay. Let's throw out a Fellowship Grace. I definitely need to use a drill to heal Hadhog. Then we'll start grinding out on this warg so he dies faster. We'll just get the last leadership ability up real quick, and then we can start focusing with everyone. Man, they really hate Hadhod. That's like 4 or 5 attacks in a row. Rather, you can use a Shattering Strike on... You can use a Guardian Strike on this warg. And Hadhod is the Dwarven Cleave going to be enough to finish this warg off? Not quite, but it might die to its wounds. Not before it getting its own attack off. Alrighty. We'll just keep getting Idriel's sword skills up. Those are going to be obsolete before too long, but it'll still be nice to have for a little while once I do unlock them. Nice. Ooh, item crafting. Yeah, I know how this works. Epic scene, Moria Wargs. Within Moria Wargs just had to roam the dark corridors. Which is kind of weird, because that's definitely not from the movies, or maybe even the books. I don't remember. I like wolves, and I like wargs. They're one of my favorite animals, both real and fictional. I think they're really cool. You know, wargs I think I've heard are more like hyenas. I think is the animal I heard, which I guess I can see. It's just not something I ever thought. Well, not something I ever thought about since they go out of their way to show it. To show that it's a mockery of the wolf. But yeah, so the poll. I don't know if I mentioned the poll this stream, so we'll go ahead and mention that since nothing's really happening right now. Basically, in case any of you haven't heard, I have a poll over on my YouTube channel for what another game in the rotation is going to be. Now, my current rotation is just this game and my Pokemon Platinum randomizer Nuzlocke. I've been hoping to get 1 or 2 more games in there. At the moment, I've had a poll up there for a little while, and the only votes I've had have been for I've had 1 vote on the poll, even though it's been up for a while, and the only vote was for other with no comment. So that implies that they want one of the games that I left in the comments, but they didn't say anything about it. So I don't know if that's what they want. Oh, I guess Berthor is switching out. We'll blind you because that swordsman's definitely going down in a bit. But yes, if you go over to YouTube, you'll have a chance to vote on that poll to determine what RPG game is going to take the slot of whatever I was playing previously. Probably like Hi-Fi Rush or something. I already forgore. But yeah, you can vote on the poll. It's basically a first come first serve at some point, just because no one else has said anything. So it's basically like if you say you want me to play a game, then I'll probably play that game as long as it's among those listed. Because like I said, I can't really do much with just a vote for other with no comment saying what that other one should be. So I would greatly appreciate any input that you all may have. Because I like hearing from you and I like being able to provide what you guys want to see. And I don't think I'm anywhere with my skills yet. No, I'm not. I could just go through King's Foil real quick, but I'll go ahead and save again just to refresh any action points I lost. I specifically used some of Hadhod's spirit abilities. Just because I knew that there was a save point back there that I could use. I believe. Yep. First Moria Chieftain Ow, jeez. Okay, I wasn't gonna get Endure Flame, but maybe I should. Oh my gosh. We'll go ahead and taunt him first just to keep his attacks on Hadhod. Now we're actually going to use Elagos to examine because it's important to note that he is immune to fire and immune to sleep. Well, not really. It's not really important to note that he's immune to sleep at the moment. But yeah, if I were going to try to use Flaming Fury on him with Hadhod, it wouldn't go my way. So really gotta have to be careful to make note of that. Ooh, this guy's very elusive. Have I even hit him yet? I've only tried twice, but alright, I still haven't even landed a hit yet, so it's no point to switching out. I'm gonna want Hadhod to tank probably because he. Whew, yeah, because that Stone Shield's gonna definitely come in handy. So I'll land a hit with Wounding Strike. Or not. We'll just keep tanking up Hadhod. He's running out of action points, which is bad. Alright, Elagos, can you please hit this Pierce Will so that I can switch you out for Barithor and hopefully start getting people's action points back? Hey runner, how's it going? Oh, it's doing the thing where it doesn't read the chats again. Thank you for being here, I really appreciate it. Okay, yeah, there we go, it's on screen now. Alright, so you can finally get a Wounding Strike out there. And we'll get a Cleaving Wound as well. Anything to get the damage over time on this guy. You've been doing a run? Nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this game. Did I? I did do Pierce Will. Just had to double check. Beat the Balrog on hard without using items, Gandalf, or upgrading armor or weapons. How do you not use Gandalf? Do you just skip his turns, or only use like the action point drain move or something? Wow, that is some dedication. I was considering doing a challenge run of this game in some way, but I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. Because I was going to do like sort of a deathless run, like if you're familiar with Pokemon, it'd be like a Nuzlocke. It was too easy. The Balrog's being too easy. Wait, so I just read the I just acknowledged the upgrading weapons part. So you were using like the basic shitty ass weapons that your characters start off with. Is that right? Oh my god. How much did Morgul Decay care? Oh, you said you didn't use items. What? How did you do that? I guess it's not totally like beyond the realm of possibility for that to happen. It just seems absolutely insane. Cause like, what do you do? Like, were you just abusing Aura of the Valor? Cause that seems like the only way you'd be able to get anything done. Okay. Okay, that sort of combo does make sense to be able to beat the Balrog, but still, geez. Too easy. Alright, it might have been easy, but how long did that take? I have to know. Anyway, we're following a map. Uh, Mithril weapons and warfare. The true wealth of this realm is in their rare metal, Mithril. Stone Skin too, yeah, because you got to keep everyone up, but you got to keep those action points up to beat the Balrog. Anyway, you're way more committed to challenge running this game than I am, because I was thinking about doing uh, basically just a Nuzlocke run, if you're familiar with Pokemon. Um, because, but then I ended up avoiding that because the problem is that there's one fight in Minas Tirith, like about halfway through. Spoiler alert: we go to Minas Tirith for anyone in the comments who was not aware. There's that one battle where you have to use all six of your playable characters. So if any of them die before that, you just lose. So at that point, it becomes a deathless run, and that wasn't really something I was interested in. Okay, so for a Nuzlocke, it'd basically be if anyone's health reaches zero, you just can't use them for the rest of the game. Is what I was going to do with a Nuzlocke of the game. So if Hadhod died at any point while I was tanking the attacks from that chieftain, he would have not been usable for the rest of it. But that's impossible if you die. If you lose anyone before Minas Tirith, then you can't even do that. It's not possible. I should have gone back to restore my action points. I was not. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let myself use Aura of the Valor if I did stick with that. And I'm not letting myself use Aura of the Valor on this playthrough either. I'm actually restricting. I'm restricting three things for myself. Um, one of, well, I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler for you, so I'll bring it up. But I was gonna wait to talk about it until I got it. But first of all, it was gonna be Aura of the Valor, just because if Idril can move, and if anyone in your party can move, because I guess it doesn't even matter if Idril can move. Um, because as long as someone else can get her back up, then you can just get her. Then you can just revive her and use Aura of the Valor again anyway. Um, but as long as Idril can move or be revived, and as long as your enemy doesn't have to spell, and there's only like two enemies in the game which have that, then you just never lose again. So I'm restricting Aura of the Valor for this run. I'm also restricting Perfect Mode, which isn't even really necessary because Perfect Mode isn't that helpful. Um, Most of the time. I might take that back if a fight gets just like super grindy, like not even hard, just grindy. Um, I might let myself use Perfect Mode. And same with the third thing, which is the item Morgul Decay to remove armor. Um, I'm not going to use that to make any fights easier. I might use it to make them less grindy if I feel like it. Yeah, I don't know. I might use Perfect Mode in completely random arbitrary fights to just show off the abilities. Um, just because I think they're cool. But yeah, I have no plans to use it to beat a fight that I'm struggling with or anything like that. Has Logos come in this fight? I forget. We'll bring him in. I'm trying to switch everyone out during every fight so that they can all get experience in. Because you only get the increased experience um, if they hit the field and if they do something. Thanks for popping up in the chat, by the way, Runner, because I cannot freestyle to save my life. Um, so it's good to just have someone to talk back and forth with. And I'm trying to balance out everyone's skills. So if you see me like putting strength into Idriel, which is completely pointless, I was actually considering. I guess now I can mention it and just bring it up to you now that you're here. I was considering doing a quote unquote challenge run where I just whenever I get the opportunity, if I level up people up, I enhance their lowest skills, so everything's basically as balanced out as it can be. which sounds like it's pretty good on paper. But like when you consider someone like Idriel, whose only main usable stat is Spirit, I feel like when you're wasting a lot of where am I even going? When you're wasting a lot of points into like her strength and her dexterity, not so much her constitution and speed because she's fine with those, but her strength and dexterity, if you're increasing those a lot, then you're just really decreasing the top end potential of what she can do. So it'd be a pretty suitable challenge run in my opinion. Your challenge run is basically this: hard difficulty, no items, no main characters, no upgrading weapons or armor. Yeah, um, that does seem pretty challenging. I definitely wouldn't be willing to pick that up, at least not yet. I played this game a lot, but most of that was when I was a kid and had no idea what I was doing. So I'm gonna try a couple times with using my knowledge first. Although probably only one for the stream and channel. Although maybe if people like it, I can bring it back in a few years. Um, but yeah, those restrictions are all kind of insane, and I might pop in at some point to your stream if I end up with time and see if I can catch it. I'll see if I can catch it because that just seems like a completely insane, uh, insane thing. How would you add level caps to each area? You can't really help that much, can you? Because I mean, I guess it depends on like what the level caps are. Because I'm sure you could grind out. Is that how you're getting through a lot of it? To make sure you don't have a grind. Yeah, I guess so. I never really thought about it. I guess I just don't really grind. But even so, you can always just travel back to Region and grind, and I think you'd probably want a different restriction because you can literally just challenge the basic enemies of a Region, especially at later points in the game for basically no XP. I'd say if you'd rather, it's probably better to just set restrictions on the grinding itself. Like make it so that each character can only unlock one skill per tree or something whenever you grind. I'm not sure exactly how you'd want to go about doing that because I never thought about that kind of run. Um, yeah, I guess for the early parts of the game, it will at least be sufficient to just set a level cap. Oh, Had Hod has no action points. Alright, Had Hod, you're gonna craft some King's Foil, buddy. I blinded you right now. Oh yeah, I know it's useless, but it's better than him just literally doing nothing. And I don't like using the basic attack whenever I can avoid it, because you're not getting skill points whenever you do that. So if you're gonna do nothing, you might as well just use the the 5 action points to craft a King's Foil. Oh god, yeah. With how much grinding you do, I can only imagine. I mean, you might as well if you've got someone who's not doing anything. Like I'd imagine with Elagos, it's pretty hard to grind. If you're grinding, I'd imagine it's hard to use Elagos since since he doesn't really get any non-attacking things except for the leave moves later on, which those are super expensive. like the King's Foil leaves and stuff. Healthstone, yeah. Band braces, yes, please. I don't think I got anything with anyone except for this, which I'm just gonna stick with Limbus. Or well, I'm probably not gonna get either of these anyway. I guess I'm gonna start grinding. I might as well get Ulta because it's just a better version. But yeah, I don't remember where I was going before we broke off into this completely irrelevant conversation. Not irrelevant, but you know, just it's not what we were talking about earlier. Oh god. It's gonna be one of these fights, isn't it? Alright. Craft a King's Foil, buddy, and then you're getting out of there. You ground out Elagos's Northern Storm before the Watcher. That is crazy, because I've done playthroughs. All my previous playthroughs, I always just stuck with one specific team. And I don't think I've ever gotten Northern Storm for Elagos. So that's literally, I've gotten him from the moment I got him as the third companion, like literally half an hour into the game. And I still haven't gotten Northern Storm with him for any playthrough, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know, maybe you could if you just only got the skills which unlock the next part of the tree. Like if you just went entirely down the right side and just didn't stop for anything. That's definitely not how you should play, but yeah. I mean, if you did that, what I mean is that if you did that during a normal playthrough, you could maybe get away with it and get Northern Storm just naturally. But it's really tough. There are a lot of later skills in the game that I've never used because it's just so hard to manage that. Let's just get one of these guys down and out. Preferably this guy, because these guys are bitches. You can use the Shadowcraft skills after you remove the stone. Oh, really? I never really used the stones that much in most of my previous playthroughs. So if your character learns like Dispel, and then you remove the Shadowcraft stone, they still have Dispel. That is something I did not know. Thank you for the information. Just go ahead and taunt, I guess, because you can't do anything. Examine. Yes, this information is so good. Yes. Strong against fire, that is actually useful information. You can't get XP on the tree if you don't have the stone. Ah, that makes sense. Well, I don't want to attack, so here you can examine them again. Yes, this information is even better the second time. 6 HP. I forgot you can actually check their HP and AP. I actually did forget that you could do that with examine. Or I just never figured that out because I was a dumb kid. Works with Lightcraft too, yeah. I figured those trees would work in the same way. Alright. Man, can Intro get another turn? I know Spirit Powers, I know Spirit Attacks usually have a long cooldown, but gosh darn. Well, I learned just now, so you're still ahead of me on that. Thanks, game. It's not like I wanted action points or anything. Oh boy, fire protection. Is anyone even weak to fire? I don't think so. I mean, I guess it's always nice to have for, oh, Idriel is. Cool. Alright, I guess let's use some Lumbus on people. Adriel doesn't need it. And I'm still at a pretty good spots. Should probably go back and learn Endure for Lame. So who do you like using in this specific run? I imagine Barathor and Idril are generally musts, because they're usually musts for... it usually feels like you have to use them for the normal playthroughs. And I'd imagine during a challenge run, it's even more of a necessity to use them. Yeah, Idril especially. I mean, the healing, the Aura of the Valor, and Power of the Valor, which I'm not restricting Power of the Valor in this playthrough, by the way, because it still takes the action to use that, and there's no protection to it. Barathor is, yeah. I mean, he's one of, if not the strongest person in the game. I'm a big fan of Elagos just in general. I just think I think he's really cool. I know he's not particularly good for a lot of the harder fights because every boss is immune to everything. And his main thing is crowd control. But I like most of his powers. That's interesting because I've almost exclusively always had Barathor and Idril on my teams, but I actually haven't used Hadhod that much. If I do go with a set specific team for this playthrough, Hadhod's definitely going to be a part of it. But I might stick with switching around a lot. Just to, oh, well, I guess I could have attacked and not done anything, but it's fine. I might stick with switching around a lot this time because I've always stuck with a party of 3. It's usually Barathor and Idril, and then either Elagast or Aoden is who I went with. Because they're just the ones that I like the most. But if I do stick with a specific team, I'm gonna try to use. Oh, I didn't want to use that on her. I'm gonna try to use Hadhod and Morwen, since I didn't use them that much as a kid. Yeah, I played co-op with some of my friends as well. Some of my friends and family. It's just this game's just a lot of fun with other people. Ash. It is a very chill game for most of it, because most of it isn't really that challenging. I mean, unless you're doing some insane bullshit thing like you're doing. Yeah, generally the game is really fun. Yes, it is based off of Final Fantasy X, which I've actually never played a Final Fantasy game ever. I want to. It's just not something I've gone around to yet. But it's on my massive wish list of games, so it'll happen someday, I'm sure. Man, the action points thing is becoming an issue again. I might just grind up everyone's spirit for a while just to get the action points up. You played 13 and that's it. See, I've never even heard of Final Fantasy 13. Like, I know obviously it exists because I know of like Final Fantasy 14 and stuff, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about Final Fantasy 13. Let's get them down with Elagast. Put everything on the spear with grinding. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You just gotta be able to use all your moves as much as possible until Barathor gets his skill, which lets him which reduces his action point usage with perfect mode. Getting a action point back is going to be such a grind because Fellowship Grace is so expensive. Now let's just do some damage. Elagast, we're gonna skip you. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably call it here once I get to whatever the next save point is. But if you want, I've played more of this game over on my YouTube channel. I'll put the VODs over there. And I've also played like the Two Towers and Return of the King, and those playthroughs are over there. So and I have other games as well, like I mentioned, Pokemon and I played a Hi-Fi Rush for a little bit, but fell off of that just because it's hard to explain. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just it just wasn't doing as well, and I want to give the people what they want to see. Uh, so yeah, the Lord of the Rings games seem to be doing well. I had some Pokemon tier lists on there that were doing well too, but then I ran out of those, and no one ever said they wanted any other ones specifically. So I just that sort of also fell by the wayside. So this okay, one last chest, and I think I can maybe save. No fight. That's interesting. Okay, no, there's one more. And then is it a save point? Probably. Or it's close. Oh, it's right here. I'll save and then I'll do the fight and then I'll back out. Yeah, so I'll actually go ahead and put those in the chat because I'll have to talk about them at the end anyway. I have links to the YouTube, the Twitch, which, I mean, you're already here, but whatever. This is more for the people who watch the VOD later. I have YouTube, I have a Twitch, and I have a Discord. The Discord's not that big right now. It's basically just my mods. Oh, is there not a fight here? Is it just a movie? All right, well. But yeah, if you head over to the YouTube, I have the VODs for the Lord of the Rings games, including this one. They all go over there, and any other games that I played. And I also have a post under what used to be the community tab, but I guess it's now just the post tab, which is basically a poll for what another game in my rotation should be. Because I did a poll earlier, and the RPG genre won. So I'm going to be doing an RPG game next. But then I had another poll up for about 2 weeks now, or a week and a half maybe. And the only vote on it is for one of the games in my other category, which I put in the comments. And no one's voted on anything else, and the person who voted for other didn't vote for one of those games by like leaving a comment or anything. So I don't know what I want to do next, and it's basically first come, first served. So hey, I mean, if you see anything over there that you want me to play, go ahead and leave a vote, and it'll probably just be it by default. I'll probably do this. I'll do my Pokemon playthrough. I'll do one of those RPG games, and then I'm really into card games too, and one that I'm looking at is ooh, my invite has expired. Let me fix that real quick while I'm talking about it. Probably might be because I'm on streamer mode or whatever that's called. Yeah, streamer mode enabled. Let's disable that, and then I'll try to find a new. I always forget where everything is here. But yeah, I'm into card games too, and one of the card games that I'm looking at, which is it's called Illustrals, and I played it a fair bit and supported it on Kickstarter. They're about to release their online client to the beta testers, which I will be, so I'm going to be streaming that to show that off to people. And also just getting good at the game myself, because I've always wanted to be good at it, but they never really had a good way to do it unless you were willing to just buy cards and play on there, and play through like webcam tournaments. And where is... I always forget where anything is here. Is it server settings somewhere? Oh, invites? No. Man, I am bad at interneting, which is definitely not good, but no, not custom invite link. I don't need that. How do I... To make sure the invites don't expire, your server needs to be set as community server. Gotcha. Okay, I will do that in the future. Where the frickin' heck? I don't know why I'm trying not to curse. I curse normally, so. And sorry this is taking so long. I'm literally just I'm reading everything and literally nothing is. Oh, invite people. I am just blind. Copy, copy, copy. So we'll head on over to the chat. There's the new invite. I'll have to do that stuff later and then change my Nightbot to say that. But yeah, you can go over to the YouTube, go over to the Discord. Definitely would love to have someone who's not just one of my mods in there so that we can chat about stuff. So it'll be awesome to have you there. And thank you to anyone else who happens to be watching, either anyone who caught the stream over here on Twitch or is over there on YouTube. Make sure if you go over to YouTube to like, comment, subscribe, all that amazing stuff. If you're over on Twitch or if you're watching the VOD on YouTube and head over to Twitch, follow me on there so that you can catch whenever I stream next. And if you head over to the Discord, you can have chats with Runner here and me and any of my mods and anyone else who joins this beautiful community. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. See ya!